Welcome and thank you for joining us. Today we're sitting down with Nicole Arnold, our president and principal designer, to answer some of our most frequently asked questions about interior design. Ready to dive in, Nicole?
Absolutely. So our firm doesn't claim to specialize in any one particular style. We design across a wide variety and wide range of styles according to what we learn about our customers. Our designers are skilled enough to align those customer needs with a unique, curated design that is tailored to their preferences, and that way we don't fall into a category of any pre-prescribed looks or anything expected. We really try to create unique looks for each person that are timeless, classic, and offer livable luxury that will endure for a long time. And that's what's really earned us our awards, our generous reviews, and just great referrals over the years. We certainly can and do one room at a time projects, but for maximum impact and cost effectiveness, I recommend doing a few rooms at a time, if not the whole home. That way we can really leverage our design efficiency across the project. We're not starting and stopping the project multiple times, and we can turn it around quicker. There's also fixed costs that can be streamlined that way as well, like deliveries, installation fees, things that are going to be recurring if we broke the project up into phases. However, we will work with clients the way they would like to be served, and we remain flexible on that. I ask clients to consider ahead of our consultation things like, what are the goals and objectives for the project? What is the investment they're willing to put forth? And are there any key events coming up that we need to be aware of? Because a lot of times that can influence when we take on a project so that we're sure to complete it in time for an upcoming event. We also think it's very worth the time for a client to go and gather some photos, whether it's digitally or through shelter magazines, anything that they find aspirational or indicative of a look that they are resonating with, so that we can get into their heads faster and be able to deliver designs that we know they're going to love. So we're a full service design firm, and post consultation, we prepare a detailed project proposal for each client. And it's got our design process completely laid out, so it's very transparent as to the steps that we're going to do for the client, as well as the investment levels needed. So we have a furnishings budget as one part, and that is defined as the scope of work that was identified in the consultation. And then our design fees are typically flat fees that cover our expertise and time. And we move to the flat fee versus hourly, and most clients prefer it because it pulls all variables out of what a client can expect to spend on their project. So from the beginning, our estimates remain and hold all the way through the project as long as the scope remains the same. That's a loaded question. That's like saying, how much is a new car? It really depends on each client, and we are honored when a client invites us over to consultation, and we can guide and educate them around what goes into the process and the project that they're describing that they want to achieve. And we'll find out a little bit more about their level of design preferences, their functionality, all the different components that go into choosing what level of furnishings or what level of finish out a client prefers. Once they allow us to do that, we can come back with a very sound recommendation in terms of investment level. And at the end of the day, it's a collaborative number. So we're going to put out what we think is going to be reasonable, and a client may want to tailor that somewhat, and we'll just have conversations through that so that we can land on an agreed upon spot. I don't necessarily regard retail interior design as unprofessional. I think it's a great idea for certain projects. The biggest difference is there are more limitations through retail design than there are when you hire a private design firm. For example, a retail design associate is going to be limited in their training and education around design. They're going to be limited to selling only what's in the store's inventory and the looks of that brand. And they're not going to have endless amounts of time to spend with the customer. When hiring a private design firm, all the limitations go away. The designer can spend as much time as needed so that your dream space can be created without time limits. They can source from hundreds of resources and get you just the look you want. And if it's not available in something that's already been manufactured, they can dream it up and it can be made custom. They're typically educated, and we complete ongoing CEUs so that we can stay up to date on the latest in the industry and advise you with authority on sound decisions regarding your project. But more than anything, it's an opportunity to build a relationship with somebody who over time can help you achieve all of your aesthetic goals in your home and be able to be a trusted partner throughout that process. I've enjoyed the clients that we've had and built trusted relationships with them, and they've gone on to give us generous referrals to their friends, family, and we do multiple residences with them because of it. So we have so much fun creating our clients' dream spaces, and it's just great because we are not only creating these spaces that look beautiful, but they're uniquely personalized to each client and will stand the test of time. We spend enough time in the discovery process so that we can really make sure we're attributing time and effort toward those things that are most important to the client. And we have a very intentional focus in our office on a professional standard, our communication, and just an excellent client experience overall. We've got decades of proven processes that ensure that we can efficiently create these designs and go through the project with the client at the end of the day thinking, this was valuable, this was efficient, this was helpful, this was memorable. So if that sounds like what you're looking for, we may be the right choice for you.
Thank you for answering these questions, Nicole.
Sure, it's always a pleasure. And if anyone has additional questions, you're welcome to call the office at 214-326-1160, or you can go to our website, nainteriors.com, and hit that request a consult button, and we'll get right back to you. Until next time.